Yes, there's a storm right now, or it's really windy. Yeah. Dang. Okay, have a good night, Sister Lisa. Thank you for everybody's patience. But the show must go on. First I was afraid and I was petrified. But if my phone is disconnected, or if I disconnect and the power goes out, I'll be streaming from my phone on TikTok. So if you're trying to, that's just our plan, okay? If I get disconnected, I'll be on. General plan, just so everybody knows. You're welcome. I guess that's I guess that's a sign from the universe. Just 2 times is enough dharma. Dang, don't drop too much fire. Like, alright, shoot. Was that too much? Was I giving them too much secret of the universe? Because that, that knowledge, all the things that I'm sharing with you, I use personally. That's why it works. And I tested over time, over and over. I read books and I practiced for years and years. And I'm like, dude, am I on YouTube? I should be right now. Yeah. It should be on, but let me check real quick. And if it gets disconnected one more time, I'll just hang out on my phone, okay? Back to Shopwood carrying water. Okay, thank you, Miss Rhonda. Not too much secret because you shared with me months ago, and it worked. Yeah. I'm always trying to share with you the best that I can, because when you're happy, you're gonna go out there and help more people be happy. Like, it's also stay also on. Yeah. Well, the thing is, if I stream from my phone, it's very limited on where I could stream. So. And again, grateful for all your blessing. 110,000 likes so far. Excuse me. See if it works. Yeah, see, things start glitching out. Reconnect. Device manager, gotta uninstall this real quick. Uninstall device. Do you want to restart? No. Then you plug it in. Uninstall device again. And now we pray that it works. Oh, mani bami, oh, mani bami, oh, mani bami, oh, mani bami, There you go. And you have to uninstall twice to make it work. Still not working yet, but it's connected. Now that it's connected, you just keep unplug and plug in. Unplug and plug in. Let's just listen to the storm, I guess. Unplug, plug in. Oh, I'm surprised. Unplug, plug in. Close the app, close the app. It works now, okay, see. That was just a 20-step method. Just like the guy who invented the light bulb. Thomas Edison or whatever. It's just 1,000 step. I didn't fail. That's what I'm talking about. That kind of mentality. It's like respect. Put some respect on his name. He said. I like the optimism. Gets you far in life. Well, I guess there's no failing if you keep trying, yeah. And enjoy while you try, right? Enjoy the journey. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger, he said, man, all these people were going to the gym all miserable, working out. Me, I was enjoying the pain. Like, ooh. All right, shoot, bro. Okay. That's the secret. Enjoy it. Enjoy climbing the mountain, you know. Man, my leg hurts, but I love the flute, though. Man, my ribs, my leg, man, my leg's been hurting for months. How do you pronounce your last name? Taout. Sometimes people in Texas, they see my last name, Taout, they just say Trout. I'm like, that's not even close to Trout. Mike Trout. No, this is not Mike Trout. It's Tout. So now I just don't care. I just tell people my name is T. When I go to somewhere where they ask for my name, like wherever, I'm just T. But when I see that they care more, I'm Thanet. T-H-A-N-E-T. Phone home. I know. If you can't laugh in here, I'm sorry, okay? Hey, laughing hurts. Being in here is gonna be difficult because it just hits you like. Kind of vibe, yeah. Like little kids laughing. People are so weird. My name is Shelly, and all my life I got Sheila and Shelby. Sometimes our minds are moving so fast that when we read Harry, we think it's Larry. That's why sometimes they say partner. ¿Qué pasó, wey? Right? ¿Qué onda, wey? Welcome to Texas. Karen Grace, but everyone calls you Gracie, yeah. My name is Michelle, but they call me Melissa. That's not even close. That's Michelle and Melissa. Like, I'm wondering who they is. It's your parents. Like, oh, okay, that's different. Imagine when your name is Thanet. I got tired of like, I already know they're just gonna get it wrong. Just call me T. Or sometimes I just tell people my name is Johnny. I'm just Johnny. Back then. I'll take Tyler. You can't say Thanet. It's fine. Just say Tyler. You know what's funny is that the temple always asks for our names, and Thanet auto corrects to Tanner. So whenever I get like a uniform for when I was volunteering at the temple, I got 3 shirts that says Tanner. There's just one version. Wow, y'all actually, like, I'm used to my name not being Thanet. And my nickname is Golf. My parents don't even call me Thanet. They call me Nangkap. So Thanet is like, we don't even use. My family never calls me that. They call me Golf, which is a really popular Thai nickname, Golf. And so I grew up telling the kids, my name is Golf. Like, some people think I'm joking. I'm Golf. And somebody went, I'm football. I didn't ask you to be a smart. Yes, my name's actually Golf, like the sport. You know, I'm football. I'm like, oh, we got jokes now. That's why I'm like this, because life's been difficult in America. Like, so yeah, so people called me Golf in grade school. From elementary through high school, I was Golf. When I got to college, I was Thanet, and I was like, I kind of like it actually, Thanet. Ooh. Thanet. I matured from Golf to Thanet. My government name. And some people think I just made up my name Thanet to make it like, ooh, it's catchy. Guru Thanet. You know what I mean? Ooh, Guru Thanet. Exotic. That's actually my name, Thanet. I know, like, ooh. golf and tennis. So yeah, growing up in America would be, it's a lot different for me because the different challenges and not understanding the culture. Like my family didn't even, the one thing my parents did teach me about the culture is making sure I said yes sir and yes ma'am. That was the number one thing. Yes sir and yes ma'am. Like, as long as I got that, life was going to be fine for me. I'm like, all right, now you're on your own. Like, and they didn't, I got picked on, and my father definitely didn't tell me fight back because he knows the karma. Because if you fight back, I may have a life where I'm more violent. So growing up, I never fight people because I think, my father came from, it's a very Buddhist foundation. And so I was never violent. It's not in the family. Thunder going off. That's because you're in Texas, yeah. I remember we went to the rodeo for the first time. Like, this is interesting, actually. When you're a kid and you go to the rodeo, you're like, smells like poop. And I get chicken tenders. That's all. That's what I'm talking about. That's our kids. Like, we get chicken tenders and a field trip to the rodeo. Wow, those cows are big. Every year we went to the rodeo and the science museum. And what did I learn? Rocks are pretty. Why are you just... What would you like me to do? Stand up? The one thing I didn't really understand was like, why do we have dances in school? Like the 6th grade dance and the 7th grade dance. I didn't get it. I'm like, I didn't understand why we needed to go to dances. Like, I didn't know, we needed to socialize with other children. Like, leave me alone. Let me just go home and just... I guess life was difficult, so being alone was the best thing for me. Do you have to learn how to square dance in gym class? Actually, yeah. I didn't have to, but it happened. I remember, I think it was a cute thing. Maybe 2nd grade and 3rd grade, that was it. Square dance. I lifted weights when I was young, so nobody messed with me. Oh, okay. That's one way. Not sure if Jamal, you drunk? Like, what? You tripping? I gotta deal with you too. How do you deal with competition over a woman you love? Ask them for a duel. Shaolin Showdown. Wait, I can't believe that. That's a question. How do you deal with competition? If you need to fight for somebody you love from the beginning, it's gonna lead you to fighting forever for people's love, which is a very tiring life to fight for love. When somebody truly loves you for who you are, just be yourself. When you have to prove yourself all the time, the relationship becomes a life where you need to prove yourself till the end of time, which is never enough. If I was you, I would just let the competition win. Because if you need to fight over the girl, somebody better will come and fight over you, and they'll take, right? Because that's the relationship values that you have. You fight, you compete for the girl. But when you truly have a genuine connection, there's no need to fight over love, because you are enough. But you may have to learn the hard way and get more heartbroken first. That's all. Young people, they don't like to listen because they need more heartbrokenness. But we keep it, they call a buck 100 in here. Because we don't want to see you all broken and effed up, you know. We want to see you attract quality people, be happy, not miserable. Because misery leads to sadness, and sadness leads to wanting to escape reality, which leads to alcohol and substance, which leads to more substance. And hopefully you don't go to that. With wisdom, you're like, man, you got millions of people to holler at. Why not start loving yourself first? 100. One of the major issue is loneliness, because we've been tricked to think we're not enough. We're not enough till we find the perfect one to marry, hold hand, cuddle with, buy the same Jordans. So whenever it's a major holiday, people get lonely as hell. You don't want to be lonely on Christmas Eve. You don't have no one to kiss on New Year's. Like, that's so BS. They're lying to you. Just be happy with yourself. You'll be a lot more happy. And it will attract more long lasting. It's just when we watch movies. What are you waiting for? Love me like you do. They don't explain how many ex-boyfriends does she even have? Love me like you do. Love. Like, right. So when we repeat the same cycle of all these songs, like, right, how many broken relationship all these artists have? Still single. Like, still unhappy. But we never think about that because we just follow the music. And if you like the way you love that much, maybe you should go and love yourself. But I haven't loved myself yet either. And if you think that I'm still holding on, maybe you should go and love yourself. The best part about that song? Right, with the highly processed audio, like, and if you like the way, like, are you here to moan at me or sing for me? It's seduction, manipulation. Hey, baby girl. Whenever I was like, man, why are people so crazy watching NSYNC? I don't wanna be a fool in this game or two. Do you consider infidelity in? I mean, it depends. Everyone's different. Me, I personally don't. But somebody traditional will say it. Yeah. Why? Because it's more about your action, like taking action. But some people, there's more expectation. So every relationship is different. Right. You could do anything, but don't be attached. Right. And because the thing is, if you're in a relationship where you can do whatever you want, as long as you're respecting each other, it works out. But when you have a high expectation from each other, it leads to relationship not working out anyways, because there's so much expectations to, like, nope, you can't do that, you can't do that. And when you start doing that to the other person starts a list of what you can't do also, versus let's just be free and happy, right? The end. Instead, we're like, all right, if you're gonna date me, just like my OkCupid profile says, I don't do this, okay? And so it makes the relationship feel like a checkbox list. Like, yep, we're gonna, this is that. Like, it's so planned out that it doesn't feel genuine. But for some people, they can make that work. It's just rare. Why? Because we're human. Things change and shift. And the more we expect so much from each other, the more unhappiness we have. But the more we're focused on inner happiness, the more we're happy. I didn't like it that my wife was vaping or cigarettes, but my love for my wife is beyond what's on the outside. Because the masters told me, when somebody shows you who they are, believe it. That's just who they are. Right? If you try to change somebody, that means you don't love them for who they are. You want them to be something else. then you don't belong with that person because you don't really love them for who they are. Because you don't love yourself. That's why you need others to change. And nowadays, there's so much expectation from relationship, and that's why it leads to unhappiness, divorce, and heartbreak. And then you end up having friends with benefit and a side piece. Why? Because so many people are unfulfilled that our standard for happiness is let's just get it in and out, and quality, that's no. So it's a bunch of BS. Like, we're promoting things that doesn't even lead to genuine happiness, but everyone's doing it. Like Tinder. What do you think people do on Tinder? It's a hookup culture, which is not healthy for quality relationship, because quality relationship is more than just F around. And if you F around, you eventually find out if you want to attract quality person, be a quality person. Poca Matias. That's it. You want to attract quality? Be quality. That's it. But the issue is we're playing all these flirting games to get some booty, and then it doesn't lead to something greater. Because right? And so it's never enough. Well, shoot. If I get this one, then I can't get the rest. So we always feel like we're missing out. Right? But we're just not happy with who we are. And if we're not happy with who we are, we'll never truly be happy, because happiness is not something outside. But yet, look at all, like, what's your body count? And all these silly talk about how it has nothing to do with happiness. It's like some ego about how men and women should think, but nobody's really focused. Are you genuinely happy? Or you just think you will be happy once you get this? Right? Because where's all the mentors that are humble and genuine? They don't got time for you. Why is the world like this? Because when you make it, a lot of times we're not mentoring each other to grow. Right? A lot of mentors are missing. A lot of elders, where are they? Retirement home. Where's the grandparent? Back then, the grandparents would see the children more, but nowadays you don't. You see each other where? Skype. So the family connection may be missing, but what can replace that is genuine community. Right? There's people of every age here. I grew up not with grandparents. You know why? We moved to America. When you move to America, you don't see your relatives. So your mind changes. And so, luckily, we had at least the temple, church. But, and that can go so far. And if you're blessed to be at a transformative place that's supportive of you, God bless you. But many people didn't. Many people didn't. But it's never too late to gain wisdom and turn your life around. That's the best news I got for you. It's never too late to turn your life around if it's not working out. You just got to stop doing the same thing you did when your life not working. You know what I mean? If your life's not working out, you got to change your plan of life. If what you're doing currently and you're miserable, don't do what you're doing. You got to shift some things. Change your game plan, change your friend circle. And I think sometimes that's whenever I was unhappy, I was always at the club and the bar. The rave, popping mollies, right? All these things that didn't make me happy, but nobody was mentoring me to yo, there's other path. Right. Now the other alternative is just people walking around saying there's salvation with the Lord, and like that I needed it to make sense. Right. Sometimes you want to hear some other thing like, so what does that mean? Is there another path that right? If they just explain what that meant better than just saying salvation to the right, it means like the kingdom is within. Happiness is found within. Right? So that's why we're doing it here. Now I understand what they mean, the salvation and, be saved and all that in a spiritual way. Right? Because not everybody's open to religious, but spirituality makes more sense. That's why many people gravitate towards spirituality, because it can answer questions that you ask, and you're like, you know what? Wow, that makes sense. Imagine asking for help and you're like, wait, what? I'm a sinner. So for me to like be part of what you're doing, I have to admit I'm a sinner. That sounds terrible, actually. That's not a good opening line. Welcome, sinner. Like, oh shoot. But I understand where they're coming from, because I'm open-minded and I had to study. What did that mean? The concept of original sin and all these things. Yeah, Jesus is cool for sure. But the mainstream, I wouldn't even say it's mainstream. It's just there's some people who don't know how to communicate to people who aren't Christian about Christian values. Like, make it make sense. But nope, they don't. They don't open to making it make sense, because doing that means you're going against the word of the Lord. If you start speaking your own scripture, like, no, you'll go, right? So there's a like weird, like, wait, what? Be careful. Don't trick people. God's watching. And so there's a lot of fear-based control also, just like many places. And eventually I learned, the hardest one to learn was, what does it mean to be a God-fearing man? I was like, why the heck would you want to fear God? But then they never go deeper to explain it means that sometimes you need to be accountable for being a good person, that the God-fearing concept is like accountability, right? You better not do the wrong thing or else, right? It's going to end up going to wrong. So that's what they mean. But they don't explain it. They just, I'm a God-fearing man. Like, okay, you're scared. It's like you don't want to disappoint the universe, right? Because if you plant sadness, if you do wrong thing, the wrong thing comes back. If you do the right thing, that's a righteous man. But, right, why can't we explain it like that to make it make sense? Because they don't. And that's why it led me towards learning more about Christian values, because I'm in America. I'm open to it. I love Jesus for sure. Right? Because I see a lot of good being done. But the immature part is the way the teaching can be very hard to discern. So a lot of it's very confusing, because everyone has a different, everyone's, talking a lot about the Bible, and I'm like, some of it is great, but it's not consistent. And sometimes it's more talk than action. Amit says, God-fearing creates more guilt feelings, and I see many people living a less fulfilled life. It depends on how you execute that. Because in Tibetan Buddhism, they have this thing called loving anger. You better not go back to doing the hard substance. You deserve a better life, right? The Lama is going to be like, you said you're not going to touch the substance again, right? So I get it. There's some loving anger in that. That's a Tibetan philosophy. But that's if you're somebody who can hold people accountable, right? When you have a mentor, be like, y'all not loving your damn self. I told you not to call your ex. Ex cop. Hey, baby. And cute. Right? So that's the concept. It has to come from mentors and guides, right? It's accountability. That's right. But it's just not clear, right? It's just but I think that's just the older, right? This is the more masculine style of approach. They call it Old Testament style, right? That's yang energy, Old Testament. Like, yeah, you better not, right? The New Testament is more yin style. I've been studying this, people. Why, you think I'm just not aware of some things? Right? The Christian people who are more feminine leaning or more yin in nature say, don't read the Old Testament. Only read the New King James Version. And the old school people who are more masculine, who like, right? They love the Old Testament. So I learned, what does that mean, right? And now I get it. There's a yin aspect to how people perceive the Bible. There's a yang. Some of the older people, the people who come from more like the Bible Belt and older, who are more super traditional. Yeah. So that's what because I also scroll through TikTok and I listen to what people talk about. That's why I'm interested. Because it's still spirituality to me. It's just religious, right? And I'm here to respect it, because it works for many people. And same thing with Buddhism. There's a more Tibetan Buddhism is more fire, right? Have you seen Padma Sambhava? There's pictures of him. He just chill. There's an image. He just chill. Right? It's a painting. Every image, like, damn, he kind of scary actually. And you know what his mantra? Om Namah Guru Amadi Om Namah Guru Amadi Om Namah Guru Amadi Om. You're like, oh shoot, I better not mess with him. Right? The throat chanting is like fiery. Right? Because why? In the Himalayan area, there's a lot of yogis, right? India, Nepal. So there's a lot of people at that time who meditated and they had more, you can say, magical powers. And they were casting hailstorm. So back then it's different because they were not distracted. So people who were trained in the metaphysical art, they were like, all right, I'm going to get revenge like Milarepa. All right, you hurt my mama, I'm going to go cast a hailstorm on your crops. But eventually they turn into a good person. Right? So the Tibetan culture, they had to deal with a lot of dark magic. So that's why Tibetan Buddhism is very ritualistic, because it protects from a lot of negative energies. That throat chanting, It's a protective mantra, just purifies. And imagine just like 20 monks. Hey, I can chill. I'm about to fall asleep to this om. Oh shoot, I'm meditating right now. The master taught me because he had a Dharma talk about in Tibet they have this thing Bon, which is black magic. And the reason why the Bodhisattva, like how Tibetan Buddhism began, is because they were trying to find a way how to purify the villages, because there was a lot of illness happening from the negative energy, which is also known as brujeria. When everybody believes in negative things, it manifests in illness. But when you purify people's minds, consciousness, and heart, their body starts healing. Like in this community, and your families are better, you're happier, you breathe deeper, easier to smile. Isn't dark lighters better? In China, what's that? I like how he makes it so simple and good. Can you record that chant and send it for my music book? Dark or light? Oh, dark or black man? Dark or light? Oh, banned in China? I don't know about that. Welcome, everybody. Thank you, Charlotte. Water break. Gotta get my fire hydrant. I needed your calming music tonight. This storm is keeping me from sleeping even though. Yeah, there's a storm here in Houston, Texas. I mean, did your parents get to Chicago? I'm not sure, but yeah. Oh, you don't have electricity? Yeah, you do. Your body still has electricity. Maybe not your phone clearly still has electricity. That's why you're watching this stream. I'm just 1%. Oh, well, that still counts. Gratitude, respecting people. Can you believe it? That's our issue in our current day and age. Sometimes we don't learn how to respect people for what makes them happy. Just let people do what makes them happy. Just let yourself do what makes you happy. But with wisdom, that's the catch. Or else you're gonna end up at the trap house and never leave. You're like, this is happiness. Like, I'm talking about like, there's a better way. You know, so that's why you gotta have some clarity with people. Like, yeah, I'm happy, but deep down, we may be unhappy, thinking that we're happy. That's why I always clarify to people, you know, there's a difference. Thinking that you're happy doesn't mean you actually feel happy. Some people don't know that. You think that you're happy, but you don't actually feel genuinely happy. Like, yeah, I have this stuff. I should be happy. What is contentment? What is happiness is contentment. You feel complete, fulfilled. And I think at a different stage of your life, happiness may be different. But with wisdom, it's a lot more clear, because you know why you have wisdom? Because life kicked your butt. And you're like, yeah, I'm tired of getting heartbroken and used and broke. I'm glad you're tired of that, because there's better stuff like joy, happiness. That's when you breathe in, you smile. You breathe out, you let go of all your negativity. And it leads to healing. Welcome, sister. Sassy Mom's here. Emmanuel. Do what makes you happy. Well, what makes other people happy will be different. But nowadays, some people don't know how to let people be happy. Oh, that's just who they are. Let them be happy. There's nothing. It's just sometimes we're scared of. With wisdom, you don't have fear as much. Fear is natural. You learn from other people's fear. That sometimes we're sitting in a peaceful room and we're scared because we're in our head about fear. But in the moment, it's peaceful. Maybe it's storming outside. I could be like, shoot. And there's some things called irrational fear. Most of the time, a tree doesn't fall on your house when it storms. Maybe some branches. But with fear, you think 3 trees will fall on your house, and there's just one tree, you know. So most of the time it doesn't happen. But sometimes when we have no discipline, we always are thinking about the worst case scenario, which is kind of unhealthy, you know. So whenever you're lonely and you have a mind that is irrational, you think you're going to die alone. Right. Okay. And we all die alone. Which means like when you come, you came to this planet alone, and when you leave alone. It's just the nature of life. It's not a bad thing until we see it as it's a bad thing. There's this tree that's hollow inside. I ain't really scared of it hitting my house, but I think if it's bad enough, so. Well, you know, a hollow tree won't do as much damage. Or since you know it's hollow, maybe you could go tell somebody, or if you're the property owner, like you could cut it down if it's hollow. Like, cause and effect. If you knew there's an issue, you can prevent the problem. But oftentimes human beings may not care that much. Like, I'll just deal with the problem instead. Like, oh. Thank you. Oh, we're trying to get it down, but we haven't. Must be a big hollow tree. As a matter of fact, when I went to make a flute video in the forest, a tree that was rotten fell over farther away. which was divine timing. When things don't serve you, they naturally flow away. Like you're in a toxic relationship that don't serve you, it'll naturally not work out. Right? When you're at a job that doesn't fulfill you, you'll naturally find somewhere else. Right? Or if there's a lesson you need to learn, then that tree falling, like, why did the tree fall? Oh yeah, 'cause it's rotten. I didn't pay attention. Right? When your life doesn't work out, make sure we pay attention to it. Sometimes we get a new job, but the issue may be us. We have a hard time working with people. Why? Because sometimes you've been abused and used, so you have fears. And when we live with fear, we go to work with fear, we think from fear, and we live in fear. Hell no. No, thank you. I want to choose a life where I'm enjoying most of the time. Yeah, some days you'll be more moody, but you can live a life that's mostly happy. But are you willing to practice your lifestyle, more happy lifestyle? It's like saying you want a happy lifestyle, but all you do is watch negative content on social media. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch some, consume some better content. Sure, you're always watching scary stuff, complaining about stuff. No wonder why your life's not working out, because you're looking at Jerry Springer all day. Have you ever tried getting on Joe Rogan? Right. It depends if you're serious that you have stage 4 cancer, that's all. Because 2 people come in the stream, first time viewer, one make a cute comment, right? What kind of cancer do you what kind of cancer do you have? Because sometimes, Joe Rogan. Do you believe in healing? I believe that you can heal from it, but you just have to be willing to try everything. You can't heal me. Well, I hope you find healing anywhere else. I don't have. He says you can't heal me. Damn. Shoot. I'm glad. I saved my energy. Not with that attitude. Try healing. I don't heal. The universe heals me. I'm just the instrument. Right? When we make music and people feel relaxed. Oh. So your instruments are used for healing. Depends. I mean, mostly it depends on what's needed in the moment. Yeah. Some people, the music helps to unlock the mind. Imagine you're living a life where you're bombarded with social media, playing Call of Duty. You're watching more Snapchat, TikTok, Reddit, then you go back to Call of Duty, then you drink a, what do you call it? You drink more caffeine, some Monster energy drink. Yeah. Mountain Dew. Then you go back to watching only ceiling fans, and then you go to Call of Duty, also known as Call of Duty. Imagine trying to relax and your brain's still in the game. You know? So it's hard for you to relax because your mind's in Call of Duty. Which it can be fun, but imagine you become addicted to it because you don't want to face your life responsibilities. And so you roll one up, light one up, just numb. And now your life's loopy. Yeah. I've given up Call of Duty. Have you ever wondered the life of a miner? There's definitely movies, yeah. I focus more on how can I help people actually feel happiness and not so lonely. And basically what I'm doing here, I focus all my energy in doing what I'm doing here. And right. They don't waste time, I think. Yeah, exactly. So when I'm on here, I'm constantly seeing who's here to troll, who's here with an open mind, who's here with a closed mind. And this space, you can tell who's here to. There's sometimes little, immature people come in here because they're not used to being in this type of stream. Because why? Kids like to watch Aisho, Speed, and Kaisen. Yeah. I mean this in the most unironic way, but could you to alleviate how long have you had your illness? You are a QT314. How long have you been having 3 years? And what have you done to heal yourself from what you said, stage 4? Right. Thank you, Susan. What have you done to heal yourself? Like what's in 3 years you say you have? Like what have you tried so that I know where you're coming from, Sucks that you have, cancer is something that you already know. Radiation therapy and a couple surgeries. And what are the results that have you found any have you found healing in that? somewhat. I'm going to try out immunotherapies. How old are you, by the way? This is on. If you want to see the comments, you have to go right here on widescreen mode. This is from Twitch. Where you can see all my flutes. You know, when we talk about healing things like cancer, it's definitely something many people think is impossible to heal, unfortunately. That's why we have to have vulnerability in the way we communicate. It's not like, yes, we're just gonna go and heal it, you know. It's a journey that when you start believing in healing, I call it healing what people would think is the impossible. But it's possible. That's why the word healing exists. The concept of healing exists because it is possible. We're grateful for the doctors. We're grateful for the people that have helped you. In here, we focus more on energy healing. And the one thing that blocks energy healing is called fear. Like deep down, sometimes you just don't believe. And there's many ways to heal for sure. Matthias says, taking turkey tail mushroom capsules. No joke. Look at pause. So many ways. But here you are in sound healing path. In supportive community, right? You could have gone anywhere and looked for healing, but you ended up here in the mystic village, asking about soothing the pain. I don't have to know how to heal. I just know it's possible. You don't have to know how the healing is going to happen. You just have to know that it's possible. And have hope. And on a daily basis, you maintain this hope. When you have this kind of illness, people look at you and they feel sorry for you. They pity you. You never want to let that get to you. You have to keep your faith stronger than the way people see you in your condition. Shine. A major key to healing yourself and getting rid of fear is the fear of death. I have to be really clear about this because this is a huge blockage. If you can get rid of the fear of the final day, it's a natural human process. You're born, and one day you will go. Why fear it? Just accept that it's a part of it. But that fear of that final day, it's not the final day. It's the fear that you have that blocks the energy that can heal you. And as you purify your energy, trauma and things will rise, and all you do is let it all go and just feel love flow through simply breathing. And do it on a daily basis. They say,
somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, and the dreams that you dream of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dream of, oh why can't I? Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney top is where you'll find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dare to, oh why can't I? Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney top is where you'll find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly.
if you want to experience healing, feel healing energy, positive energy on a daily basis that's genuine. What we're doing right now is basically generating genuine love. That's it. No strings attached. You didn't pay me for anything. you showed up and you just asked some questions. You didn't know this was going to happen. It's pure. So the feeling of pure love is unmatched because there's no expectations, no strings attached. And so many people show up here every day and their life gets better. Their body starts healing, and we don't know how it happens, but we just know that one love happened. We feel oneness and connected. One love.
One love, one all. Let's get together and feel alright. One love, one all. Let's get together and feel alright. Ooh, ooh,
I saw with work and listening to your lives, it was time I take a step back from work. It's really stressing me to see all input with so little return. Now I'm more at peace at work. Beautiful. Because if what you're doing with your life leads you to misery, you have to change the way you live your life. If the way you're living your life doesn't lead to healing, then you got to change the way you live your life. And this is a different, right? This is a community where we live a more genuine, loving, positive life. And we have real talk in here, which leads to healing because you unlock a lot of pain and sadness and you let it go and you make room for healing and loving energy to flow. It's hard for love to flow when you got too much negative energy, negative fear, doubt, worries, right? Things that happened in the past that doesn't serve you. And we can let go. That's the beautiful part. Not even sure if you are a cutie is still here. So that's why it takes community. So this is a different style called community healing. Like we all just collectively enjoy each other's presence and we're just sitting here like radiating love with each other. And when you experience genuine happiness for extended amount of time, your body starts healing. Because imagine through your day, sometimes you're not around positive vibrations. Yeah, right. But when you're around this vibe on a day-to-day basis, your body goes, man, it feels great. And then the healing naturally happens. Not sure if, again, you are a cutie 314 is here because you came in with I know it surprises people that what we're doing in here is genuine. So sometimes People will come and troll in here, not realizing this is legit. Right? Because who would expect us to be doing this online? Because when people come in, the universe already told me. They don't know, that's why. And then when we're genuine and some people trolling, they have big guilt later. It's bad karma. It's bad karma to troll light workers. Because we're helping people, but instead if you come to disrupt that flow, what do you think's gonna happen? That's why I make sure to read the energy here very well. Because some people, they come to test you. But they don't realize they're the one getting tested. Like, oh shoot. Like, oh shoot. Again, thank you, Judy, for your blessing. That's why it's really hard to stream. If you're not sharp with reading the energy, it's easy, right? Things to be noisy and disrupt the flow. Politics can slide in. Sometimes I just stay quiet because I notice that sometimes religious people may talk bad about spiritual people, but spiritual people also may talk bad about religion. Religion and spirituality isn't the issue, it's people disrespecting each other. That's the issue. If we just respected each other, not all people are mature. Some people immature, that's all. But don't let the couple immature people make the whole community look bad. I have faith in people. Whether you're spiritual, agnostic, choose what makes you happy. I eventually understood that some people are just happy with Jesus. Let people do their thing. Right? But the issue is immature people do immature things to each other. Disrespect, talk crap, look down. That's it. Because some people are just genuinely happy with their religion. I'm for that, you know. They're just genuinely happy with being agnostic. They're genuinely happy with meditating. They're happy with their crystals. I'm about that, right? They meditate with their crystals. They have a ritual. They meditate. Their life works out because of their practice. And sometimes we go and judge them. But if they actually practice and they're genuinely happy, that's the main part. That you're genuinely happy. When you're not, you smoke a lot more. You drink a lot more, and you need a lot more video games to cover it up too. And thank you for helping me complete my goal today also. Thank you, Fairy. Kiss the Rain. Level up digital. Yeah, when I see spiritual people talking bad about religious people, I'm like, don't you know you're doing the same thing that the immature people are doing on? But some don't know. You're just copying what, you know. It's like, how can we heal the world if we're just busy talking bad at each other, but not busy being the change and being willing to find how we can unite? Which ends up being politics. And that's why it's so disconnecting. You can't make everyone happy, but you can focus on you. Make yourself happy. Because when you're genuinely happy, now you can share it. But when you're genuinely not happy, what do you think you share? Genuine unhappiness. Like, oh, yeah. They're hiding from their own fears and problems. Everyone should focus on themselves. Yeah. 100. It's just sometimes we don't because we're busy being overly entertained. That's why. We're busy entertained with watching. Sometimes we can be addicted to watching the news and not even happy. Addicted to watching any YouTube channel, Mr. Beast, whatever, and we're unhappy. And it's really inconvenient to realize you're not happy, so we don't. We just keep numbing ourselves. Right? Smoking, watching Ancient Aliens, and order Uber Eats on the weekend. Burger King, fries, and a large Diet Coke. I used to do Uber Eats until midnight. And I'm like, dude, somebody's ordering Burger King at 11. I never forgot that order. It surprised me. Damn. But the Ancient Aliens though. I tell people, some people know more about ancient aliens than about their own happiness. The ancient pyramid of Giza, the king's chamber. Right. We're all miserable, but damn, did you hear about that? Right. Did you hear they found the Ark of the Covenant? Oh, like, so interesting, right? Good for very clickable. There's a high clickiness to it. I'll click on that, like, ooh. Back then they used to call it clickbait. Now it's just called thumbnail. Whatever it takes to get people to click on it. Now everything is just clickbait. Like, oh, what the? Just called marketing. They found a tomb of Cleopatra. No, you didn't know it was a landing pad for the spaceship. I remember I spent months being interested in ancient pyramids, ley lines, and sacred geometry and all these things. And I realized my life is still the same. Think about that. I'm so interested in the damn pyramid. My life's still the same. Shoot, my life ain't. I just know more about the pyramid. How the hell is knowing more about the pyramid gonna improve my life? It's not. It stunned me. I was like, damn, my life's still the same. I just got distracted and more interested in aliens than improving my life. So that's what made me stop focusing so much on super interesting stuff, because it should be my life. Right? Imagine the energy that you have, that you're interested in the ancient pyramids. Imagine you're that invested in your own happiness and your own success and your own wealth and your financial success. Like, that's what I'm talking about. That's why there's so many distractions, because if you start waking up, you stop watching a bunch of BS that don't serve you. I stopped watching all that Pawn Star, the History Channel, right? I just stopped watching all of it. I was like, man, it's so interesting, but then like my life's still the same. If I just focus all this energy into improving my life, and this is what it looks like. Thank you for 200,000 likes. So grateful for your tapping. Grateful that you enjoy being here. We just do our best to keep it real and grounded, respectful, loving. That's what good people do, you know. Sometimes it gets a little wild on people live stream, arguing too damn much. Like, aren't y'all drained from hearing? Prove to me God's not real. I'm like, yeah, the energy's so bad here, and yet there's a ton of people like, yeah, prove him wrong. It's about my side and your side more. I'm like, yeah. So many pages about proof. God's not real. Request to join if you want. If you have, you know, prove me wrong. And it gets a lot of clicks. It's like Jerry Springer for the modern time. Like, ooh, see, there is no God. And the other side, see, there is a God. The Holy Scripture said John 3:16. And then the other side, see, it's not. There's more knowledge. Like, do y'all know your energy bad around here? You're draining each other. Like, y'all poisoning each other with doubt, worry, and debate all day. Shit. But ever since they partially banned TikTok, people went to YouTube to do that. So I saw the same person doing the same thing on YouTube. I'm like, oh, you over here now. Still the same. God's not real. Right? I guess it pays the bills or whatever it is. It's just at what cost? Poisoning people's consciousness. Right? Some movements that people create, it really drains people, but some people don't pay attention that it drains them because that's not happiness when it's not your priority. You don't pay attention to what you're doing in your life. It drains you. You just do it because it's interesting. You're like seeing people argue online. Like I scroll through sometime, like people argue like, oh, what? I'm like, wait a minute, it's toxic for my mind. Shit. But if you're not aware, you're like, oh, word. And there's nothing wrong with it, but if you keep watching negative stuff, the algorithm keeps showing you negative stuff. How do you manage people that come to vent to you in person, but they are strangers? So a stranger's venting to you, what are you trying to manage? I mean, their problem doesn't have to be your problem. You can listen to people's problem, but don't like, oh my God. Do you want to know the genuine trick? If somebody's dumping negative energy on you, never make eye contact too long. Connect, right? And never face yourself, because you just end up absorbing if you're like this. So you want to listen to them, but shift, because you don't want to absorb it, but you want to be a good human being and listen. But if you're too intensely like, tell me, damn that, right? So shift. Or just don't, because you don't have to listen But of course, when you're a good human being, you want to be respectful to people. Sometimes people come up to you, right? So some were sensitive topics, yeah. You can always say, hey, look, if you're not ready to listen, like, you just have to cut yourself off. You want to be, if you can't handle it, just walk away. Like, oh, I wish you the best. I really have to go. Me, I like it because I love people. I want to hear people, I know. But I have techniques on how to help people. It's hard to cut people off sometimes. And that's called the people that have too much feminine energy. You have to learn to cut people off sometimes because you got to protect yourself. Right? It's called boundaries. And some of y'all don't have any energetic boundary, and that's why you get sick. When somebody dumps negative energy on you and you feel the burning sensation in your chakras, you gotta find a way to have a boundary or find techniques to not burn your energy, okay? I used to be like that. People dump on me because I have a lot of feminine energy. My teacher is the one who taught me how to have boundaries, how to say no, how to just speak the truth even though it pisses some people off. But I don't do that all the time, right? My delivery is a bit more graceful. Right, so when people come in here, this space is curated to absorb everything. Right? When people come to this community, the water sounds, the lighting, the tone of voice, the loving people. I did tell him he's complaining too much. I would use a different language. I would say, I notice that your life's negative. Would you like to turn it around, or would you like to keep complaining and your life stay the same and no change? Because complaining doesn't change the outcome, and if you don't learn from this time, negativity in your life will continue happening. So you have to learn how to insert some wisdom. Like, oh, word, oh shoot, she knows what she is talking about actually. And then when the wisdom hits them, most of the time, people who aren't ready to heal will just walk away. Because the wisdom hits him like, you want to be like this for the rest of your damn life? We can work it out a little bit. Right? I kept trying to change the topic, yeah. So if you're attracting that type of person, that means your energy, lots of feminine energy. So when you look like an easy dumpster, nice people get used all the time. Energetically, this is how they get used. You become some people's dumpster. And they don't heal. They just dump on you. But with wisdom, you go, I noticed that you have a lot of complaints. Would you like to change your life? Or, I want to see you happier. But you doing all this complaining, you ain't changing. Right? So you have to bring out the sass. That's why I call it the sass dragon, because no one expects the sass dragon to you want to turn things around or just keep complaining. Right? So that's a technique you use. You call, I don't give a crap. I'm going to just say how I really feel because you ain't dumping on me. Right? We're here to help each other. I'm not a trash can. I'm a human being. But they don't know that. You do. Right? So that's why we have the technique. That's why but you have to be sharp to use it. Right? The delivery has to have a little jab. Like that. Like, ooh. And because that little jab, it humbles the ego to the... I didn't want to hurt his feeling. Here's the truth, sister. You probably needed to a little bit to help him get out of his damn head. It's not supposed to be comfortable. That's how you help people. That's how we prevent people from spiraling. Nobody is willing to say the hard truth sometimes. and that was your turn. So next time when it's the appropriate, hurt his feelings with the truth. Because you're not trying to hurt his feelings. You're just there to speak the truth. People, it happens in here every day. That's what happens in here. Some people ask for help. They didn't know they were going to get it. And out of nowhere, because it cracks the ego and the heart starts to rise. Beautiful. Yes, help. But you're coming from a loving place. You're not being mean. You're like, look. But if you're not ready to deliver that knowledge, then maybe you ain't about that life. So that's why you have to be clear about are you a light worker? Like, is you about helping humanity or not? That was your time, God, right? The universe bless you with an opportunity to serve somebody difficult. You're going to get an opportunity again, sister. 1,000%. You say, I sign up for it. I want to help humanity. And here comes the help. Like, nope, I don't want it. Dang, don't dump on me. Y'all negative. Let me change the conversation. Right? Dang, it's uncomfortable, actually. But the beautiful part is so many people learn from your dialogue and interaction. So thank you for sharing it with us, because we have a lot of, healers in here who don't know how to exercise that fire. So that's why you gotta. I did try to point out the complaining. He asked me to tell him about me. He asked me to tell him about. No, that's because he don't want to hear what you had to say. That's when you change your demeanor like this. We're not playing that game. You ain't about to dump on me and change the subject. Because you know why? It means you're trying to bypass your healing work. That's not right. Good people don't do that to each other. Straight call him out. I want to see you healed and not just walk around with trauma and unhealed. But it's up to you, because it takes a lot of skill and a lot of courage to just say how you really feel. But you have to also have discernment, because sometimes maybe they're not ready to heal, but they just need a kind word. I just hope you feel better, so that you don't have to walk around, so that your life. I hope your life improves. But if you complain all day, it's all you get, and then walk away. Like, oh, you see the difference? You have to learn how to read what to do in the moment. No, the thing is, it's not should you complain or not complain. The person was already complaining. But in your case, right, in our case, if you're somebody, complaining doesn't change the outcome. When you complain, your focus, it's not bad. If you complain, but you don't focus on the solution. It's like when you complain, all you're focusing on is the problem. Focus on the solution. Solution. Sometimes we're so good at knowing about the problem, but if we just shifted our perspective towards solution, it's what you would get. But people who haven't been trained or no mentors, we end up focusing too much on the problem, and then you go, I had a problem today. Oh, what's the problem? And you go online, man, I had a problem. You share online. Wow, he had a problem today. Now everyone is talking about problem instead of solution. Also known as drama. Jerry. The master at the temple would create a problem for us without us knowing. He would complain about it in front of us, and you had a choice. You could go and blame, or you can fix it right in front of him. Oh, a lot of students, they will just, no, I think he did it. No, they did it. But the good student will just fix the issue right away. But a lot of people, they don't pay attention, don't know how to be a good student. Be a good student of life so you can be a solution-based life rather than a problem solver. Right? Focus too much on the problem. No solution. Master Couchin, do you have any advice for somebody whom is trying to fulfill their huge potential but starting from scratch in life, but they are having a hard time keeping bad people and behavior 100% out? It gets lonely, but that is where I am. That is where I am the most. It gets lonely, but that is where I am the most healthy in my behavior, a bit not perfect. Number one, don't look down at your circumstances. You're looking at your life and you're creating a story that doesn't serve your highest good. Believe in your damn self. Look at your situation and go, I can make this. Right? So your approach to life, don't pity your life. You've been blessed that you're alive today. Make the best out of it. Don't expect things to be easy. Climb your damn mountain. Everybody has a hard life, right? Some is harder than others, but we don't need to complain because you have a life and you can make it. The end. One thing I learned in my personal life, you can choose to be a victim of life or you can choose to fly. You can choose to climb the mountain or look down at your circumstances and say, see, I was born in Thailand and, we had low income. Hell no. I'm going to make my life the best life that I can. I'm not here to be a victim. I want to get the reward of building my life. I don't want it to just be given it to me because then I would be ungrateful for it. Like many people, they've been blessed with life. You woke up today, but they're so ungrateful. That's why people are unfulfilled, because they don't even realize you've been blessed that you woke up today. Because their relationship with life isn't that deep yet, so they need to get their butt kicked by life a little bit more. Imagine if you're not alive, you can't even complain. But because you woke up today, you get to complain. But you also get to make the best out of it. They say every day is a second chance. Every day that you wake up, you can turn your life around. But if you keep having a victim mentality instead of I'm a survivor, like I can make this, right? And again, you can do anything, but don't be attached. If you know you're somebody who don't have a good relationship with drinking, don't drink. You know you can't just stop at one drink. You don't have a good relationship with it. Some people can stop at one glass of wine, but if you're not that type, you gotta know yourself. Right? Some people can play Call of Duty for 1 hour. I'm not the type I'm trying to own these noobs. I don't have a healthy relationship with video games because my mind starts wanting to do more. So I know, don't play video games. It doesn't. Video games make my life not work. But some people can. Right? Some people don't know how to, like some people can vape and put it down, but some people, they don't know. Just one day, one vape, like, damn. That means put it down. It's not for you. Right? Some people can have one cigar and some people need 5 a day. Like, what the heck? You have to know yourself and pay attention to how you work. Some people don't, and they expect others to, which is why I am grateful for therapists, for psychologists, psychiatrists that help people. But people need to learn to care about themselves so that we don't wait for it to get so bad and end up in hospital. And then we're on all types of meds. Now we're like not even ourselves anymore. Right? So that's why education, informing people, is so powerful when we have education and talking about wisdom and knowledge that help us from like spiraling into darkness. Like, how did I end up here? But I'm glad that you can spiral and end up here in Mystic Village, where you get respectful, loving people, and all you did was show up and enjoy, and you could ask questions on the spot and get a genuine answer. And if you want to get a sound healing, you can check out Brother Arrow Eyes too. Sister Monique and Sister Christy live stream from time to time too. So it's not just, there's many people doing the best they can, and addicted to Mystic Village is better. As long as you're genuinely happy, live your life. That's it. But how do you know if you're genuinely happy or not? Pay attention to your happiness. Only you can know. But many people, sometimes you BS yourself. Well, if you BS yourself, life is gonna kick your butt. It's that simple. And some of y'all need a big butt kicking by life. In here, we try to prevent you getting your butt kicked by life, which is really you kick your own butt because you don't pay attention. And so through it, right, so we convince each other to pay attention, care about your life. Nobody's going to improve your life for you. And if they do, they can't always be there. No one, right? Hey, what? Oh, it's his birthday? Here it comes. The honorary 1 birthday credit golden ticket of the year. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Arrow Eye Spiritual Sound. Give him a follow if you want. Happy birthday to Duck Call. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to Ta-da. I should get some like birthday background. Like we need some like you know. Thank you, Mac. Thank you for all the kind words. Shout out to Duck Call and Arrow Eye's birthday. We got a double birthday. Yeah, learn it. First, you just gotta start with it. First, start with oming as low as you can. And make sure you get that raspy, the vocal fry technique, which is right, your when you do that every day, you fry your, and that's when you got the raspiness. Man, I'll be giving y'all too many secret techniques around here. I tell y'all everything. Well, it's all difficult anyways. It's not like okay, let's do the more. Linda says, how do you deal with people who always have drama in your family? Something is always happening to them. Their reactions always become a long story. Some people don't want to heal. Let them vent, just not with you. Unless you're ready to help them heal. Sometimes we're not ready for that. We need to focus on ourselves first before we can help our family. For real. Like, if you can't help yourself, how can you help your family heal? You don't even know how to help you. The the mask comes down, you gotta put it on yourself first. Again, happy birthday. Shout out to Brother Arrow Eyes and many spiritual practitioners evolving and growing here online with us. Their reactions always become a long out story. The people who have a long story, they're comfortable in their misery because they have chosen the path of victim consciousness. But imagine you start telling a story of happiness instead. They just don't know they can. Nobody taught them. So they just play victim consciousness because that's the most popular choice. Victim consciousness.
Padme Hum Mani 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 Padme Hum
Beautiful night. Very summertimes brings more deeper conversation and more time for us to contemplate a bit, as you can see. So grateful for all the moderators. Grateful for birthday songs every day here almost. Maybe some days. So I hope you learned something today. Even today I was recording, but the universe says, today you don't record. Electricity go out for temporary. I'm like, really? Okay, fine. That means sleep tonight. The universe has spoken. Like, man, the power went out. I'm trying to edit video tonight. Because my workflow is after the stream, edit video. But if the universe says, you know, I could still download it, but I don't. I trust the flow. Yeah, because usually when the stream ends, I use some AI tools, edit the video, 2 videos, one for video, one for music, one for wisdom, post it. And I'm like, dang. Learned so much today, says Shane. The life teachings were amazing. Yes, and it started with that one person saying, don't talk, play flute. Like, talk less, play flute. And it led to more talking. It's just where we're going is wisdom, right? And wisdom requires more than just music. It requires engaging. It's all good. Again, it's all good. I'm kind of used to it. Like literally, I'm just used to it because people, that's who they are. So I just follow my heart. Sometimes the music naturally came and go, right? So it's just, because with the music, it makes that wisdom digestible. Too much music, no wisdom. Too much wisdom, no music. So I'm finding a great ratio for it. And so 3 ohms. Thank you, Zen Diamond. Thank you, Izara Love. Thank you, Fairy. It's all good. Now, the thing is, sometimes I agree with people's statements of talking less. Just sometimes I don't. And that's for my heart to decide. Grateful for 217,000 likes. Thank you so much. Here we go. 3 ohms. Please love your damn self. But you don't have to, okay? But you should. It's really good for you. The end. Noted. Thank you for being patient today. I know that a lot of patience is tested. Keep passing your test. Keep passing your test, because eventually you will have to take the leap of faith. Because it's an honor. When you walk the light worker's path, just take the leap of faith. The end. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Matthias. Thank you, Amit. Yes, see y'all tomorrow. Thank you, okay. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Shane, Snipe Fox. Thank you, Ian, Dreamy ASMR.